800 1848. डबल 0 78 31. Hello, ma'am. Can you hear me? Just a minute.
Audio is taking a minute to connect again.
Oh, yeah.
There you are. How are you?
I'm feeling so relieved, so calm.
Oh, good. Good. You're up early again, huh?
Yeah.
You always get up this early?
Cause what happened last night? I went to sleep around 10:30 or something. So in this way, I got today really sound sleep.
Good. I bet you're tired. Were you on the other Zoom link from the other day?
Pardon me, please.
Were you on the Zoom link from Tuesday before this?
Pardon me, ma'am. I'm not understanding about Zoom link.
Oh, I was saying, were you previously waiting on the other Zoom link that I had sent out?
Yes, ma'am. I was waiting on that one link.
Sorry about that. I guess, have you figured out your Gmail yet?
Gmail, like Instagram, is so convenient for me.
Is it difficult to figure out?
Yeah, yeah.
Sometimes I watch YouTube videos. It helps me learn some new skills, or when I'm trying to figure out something, I usually watch YouTube to help me. I could always find something.
Exactly, ma'am.
All right, well, are you ready to get started?
Of course, ma'am. I am on my toes.
Awesome. And is it okay if I record our assessment? That way I can go back and listen to the pronunciation of different words and in your spontaneous speech and the different tasks that I'll be having you do. It'll be easy, or hopefully fun.
It sounds.
Is that okay?
It sounds brilliant and cool.
Awesome. So that's okay if I record it?
Of course, ma'am.
And that way you can also, later we can go back and you can see how you did in the initial assessment versus later if you wanted to track your progress that way too. So that's another reason why I like to record it.
That is.
Recording in progress. All right, so let me share my screen. Do you have any questions before we get started? And I'll kind of tell you, I'll share what we're going to do, and then you can ask any questions that you may have.
Of course, ma'am.
Let me just share my screen. Are you on a phone? Are you on your phone or a tablet?
Yes, ma'am. I'm on my phone.
Okay, let me know if it's too small. There's one reading task where you will read a paragraph. So let me know if it's too small when you're on your phone.
Okay.
Let me move this. Here we go.
Okay.
Can you see that okay, or is it too small?
I can see visible. Is it visible? If there will be any problem, I will let you know.
Okay, perfect. Oh, I just got to rearrange this stuff. There we go.
Are you using ma'am laptop?
I am.
Okay.
And I can't hear you very well, so let me put sometimes when I record it,
Mm-hmm.
sound change.
Is it fine now?
It's better, much better now. Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you okay, but I do have one more question.
Of course, go ahead.
Can you see me?
I can, yes.
Okay.
So I can see I actually have two monitors, and I have my assessment, and then on Zoom, I have the two pictures. Can you see me?
Yes, ma'am.
On the bottom? Okay.
You are so.
Okay, so
You are tech savvy. You are tech savvy.
what was that?
Tech savvy.
Sorry, I didn't catch that.
TECHSAVVY. Tech savvy.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you. All right, so for this assessment, I'm going to go through different parts. One will be reading, and then I'll have some words and help you put them in sentences, and then go through and ask you just a series of, general interview or prompted questions so I can get a spontaneous speech sample of how your English would be at the conversational level. And that way I can design a personalized training program that best fits your needs and your goals. So we'll go through your individual goals. Some of the questions might be a little repetitive because we already had talked about them on Tuesday, but we'll go through as many as we can. Okay, do you have any questions before we get started?
I'm just fired up.
Oh, good. I'm glad you're fired up. Come with good energy. All right, so the first part is just a reading passage. I want you to just relax and read it as best as you can. Is that big enough, the font?
Yes, ma'am. Is it big enough to read?
Okay, perfect. So whenever you're ready. And I'm going to be taking notes if you see me writing something, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
But I'm there. I'm listening.
Okay. Shall I start?
Whenever you're ready.
Okay, I'm ready. So I'm going to start. Part 2. Reading passage. Read aloud the following passage. English is thought to be the third most commonly spoken language on earth. It is estimated that as of 2013, approximately 1 in 3 people speak English on a regular basis. The English language is constantly growing and changing. Words in the English vocabulary have been taken from over 350 other languages. Rather than hurting the language, these additions allow us to be more expressive.
Awesome.
Thank you,
That
ma'am.
was perfect.
I'm so
You
glad
did a
to hear
great
that.
job.
I'm so glad to hear that. I did a great job.
You did an awesome job. Okay, so I skipped ahead. Okay, for the next part, what you're going to do is you're going to first say the word, and then you're going to put the word into a sentence. So, for example, if the word was house,
Okay.
I could say, I want to buy a house, or
Okay.
that house is very modern. You can make any sentence with it. So we'll go through. You can go down or vertically.
Okay.
We'll go through the first column and then the second column and the third. So we'll start with this word right here.
Got it, ma'am. So one more thing, I had to read like from part 3, like these sentences also, like read aloud each word once, like this line also, or just directly move on to these words.
Yes, so what you're going to do is you're going to first read the word out loud. So here, if the first word was house, I'm just going to say the word in isolation. So I'll first say the word house.
Okay.
And then the second part is you're going to put that word into a sentence. So you can make up any sentence. So what I'm doing with this is I'm analyzing how you pronounce the word at the word level and then how you put it into sentence in the sentence level. And also then how maybe if there were grammatical errors or syntax, if we're looking at, like tense that you use, or maybe you forget articles in the sentence, or grammatical English errors. So those are the things I'm looking at.
You mean to say,
this section.
You mean to say, in this way, you can get to know about me a lot in a less time.
Absolutely.
Like one more question I do have. I don't know. Like somehow I do know a little bit about these words, but visibly that much I don't know. Like jeeper and this one scratch I also do know, but jeeper I do not have any idea. I have heard about it.
And that is absolutely okay. So that would be another, by having you let me know that's great, because then we can work on vocabulary. So if that was one of your goals, working on vocabulary, I mean don't worry, because there are so many words in the English language. Even I don't even know every single word in the English language. There's so many times where I'm reading a book or reading something, or I hear something and I don't know what the word means, so I have to look it up, or I have to I don't know what that word means, or ask somebody. So that happens for even native speakers all the time. There's too many words. I don't know every word in the dictionary. So if you don't know what the word means, that's okay. Just let me know and I'll make note of that, okay? So don't feel bad or don't worry if you don't know the word.
Ma'am, I'm feeling so encouraged. Like when you said that, that's okay. There is a one song I do listen. It's okay to fall in love with some wrong people sometime. Something like that. Your voice same as like this one, like artist.
Aw, that's very nice of you.
Yeah.
That's encouraging to me too. Yeah, there is nobody who knows every single word in the English vocabulary. That would mean you have to know the whole dictionary, and even then there's still new words being added to the dictionary constantly. So
exactly,
I think English has the most synonyms in any language. So there's so many words that you can use to describe something, or so
ma'am,
many different.
Like the word which you use, like shampoo, it is derived from Hindi word like champi. Champi.
Oh, is that how you say it? Chumpy?
Yeah.
Is it CH or SH?
Absolutely, you nailed it, ma'am. Champi.
Oh, chumpy. Yeah, it does sound kind of similar. And well, English is derived from Latin and German and French. So there's all the root words are derived from a lot of different languages. So that's why you might see some crossover, and some of those words are similarities. I think you probably see that more in like Latin and Spanish words. You'll see a lot of similarities.
Yes, ma'am.
Definitely a lot more.
Absolutely. Would you like to remind me from which language this word is taken? Word is that deja vu.
Deja vu. Well, In English, we say deja vu, but I'm not sure where that word. I'll have to actually look up where that one is derived from.
Okay.
Deja vu. It sounds a little bit. It sounds to me like it's French,
It can
but
be.
I'll have to double check.
Yeah.
Yeah, even I don't know. Even I don't know all of the root words of every word. So we're in the same boat.
Yeah, we are in the sailing in the same boat. And one more thing, that's the best thing. Like, it's better not to know everything, cause there is a taste of not to know anything, cause whatever we know, it's only a drop in ocean.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's a good analogy. All right. So just try your best with these, and if you have questions, you can, or if you don't know the word, just let me know. You could try, if you don't know the word, you could attempt to sound it out, but you don't have to if you don't know the word, okay?
Okay. Okay,
So
ma'am.
we'll start with this first one here.
Third, I can say, you are my third girlfriend in this way.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Just like that. So you're going to do that. Say the word and put it in a sentence.
Okay.
Great.
I'm having multiple pairs of shoes. Yeah.
That was perfect.
Uh,
And so first say the word. So
okay.
so first
Third, shoes. Shoes.
perfect.
Next one here is teeth. According to, just give me a minute for teeth. Some teeth, some of my teeth are not good.
Perfect. Just like that. So we'll just keep going.
I would love to be no buddy word. I would love to be your English buddy. Yeah.
Perfect. You're doing excellent.
Other. Just give me a minute.
Yeah, absolutely take your time. Do not feel rushed.
Okay. I'm not getting like sentence or other. Just give me a minute. Is it so easy one?
That's okay.
Okay. Can I do pronunciate another word like I can remain this one? I will.
Yes.
Yeah. So judge. I'm not going to judge you. I'm just here to help you and to make you better. Improve in your English journey.
That was perfect.
Yeah.
And the ones that you have a difficulty with, that's okay, because it's actually good to have errors come up or challenges, because then we know what areas we need to work on. So don't worry if you are feeling pressure to think of putting it in a sentence. You can always skip it, but try your best. And if you can't, then we can just move on to the next one.
Okay. I love spring season. Spring.
Perfect.
I do like to watch those movies which are full of witches. I'm afraid of a witch.
Me too.
Yeah.
And I think there's one more at the very bottom right.
Yeah, not many words are remaining. Like, I would like to gift you a diamond ring.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Okay.
Look.
The only word.
Look is also remaining, chair is also remaining, horse is also remaining, other is also remaining, scratch is also remaining, and blocks is also remaining. Okay, so
Are there any of those words that you do not know what they mean or are unfamiliar with?
only
You said zipper, right?
yeah.
Okay.
Blocks. When we do prepare, when we do construct a home, so we have to work in a, like we make first block, second block, like blocks. Yeah, blocks is kind of seems to me, I'm not sure, like part something.
Part of something.
Yeah.
Are you kind of familiar with that word, but not 100% sure what it means?
Yes, ma'am. I'm familiar, but
Blocks.
not, yeah, blocks. And next word is that chair. Right now, as you
Well,
can
you
see,
got it.
right now as you
You
can
got it
see,
right. They are blocks.
right now as you can see me, I am on chair. I'm sitting on a chair.
Perfect.
I would like to ride on a horse. Horse. I'm looking up for a good friend. Look.
Perfect. And can you use that word in a sentence without changing it? So instead of looking, can you use it as
Why
is
not,
without
ma'am?
adding an ending to it? That's okay. That's what it is hard in that sense.
No, ma'am, it is not that much hard. Uh, look at me, please.
Perfect. It could be a phrase or something that you would say in conversation. Perfect. That was perfect. All right, I think we got all of those.
One word is remaining also, scratch.
Perfect. That was the one I was going to say, but I didn't want to say it.
Yes, ma'am. I have started my English journey from scratch.
Perfect. You pronounced that perfectly. All right. How was that for you? Easy?
Which one, ma'am?
This whole task, was it easy for you?
Words are, I can say, seems to me so easy. So easy to pronunciate. I don't think so, but might be. I'm not saying I'm not a perfectionist. So somehow, but on if you ask me, it feels like to me so easy to pronunciate.
You did a great job. You did an awesome job. Okay, so going on to the next part. So the next part, the rest of the assessment is easy. All the rest that we have left to do is just an interview of where I'm going to ask you questions. So that will be more conversational piece of the assessment where I'm going to assess the spontaneous language. So that would be language that you would use, you don't plan for, that you kind of have to think of on the fly in conversation. So I'm going to ask you some questions, and I just want you to answer the questions to share more about yourself, okay? Some of them might overlap slightly with what we talked about on Tuesday, but that's okay. You can always share again or provide more information, okay?
That sounds super duper cool.
Awesome. Do you have a microphone even? Is that a microphone?
Yes,
or
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Oh, cool. Can I see it? Oh, is it one of those small ones?
Yeah, is it small one? Can you see?
Oh, cool. Yeah. Very cool. I can hear you very clear. That's awesome.
Yeah, I purchased for you.
Videos.
I purchased for you.
Aw. Well, it works great.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. I know we went over this one, but I just want you to share again with what languages do you speak other than English, of course.
Apart from English, I can speak two more languages. So one is my native one, you can say Haryanvi, and the second one is Hindi. and and I can speak a little bit of Bihari as well.
Okay, so 4 languages, huh?
It's like Indian regional language, like similar to Hindi, but somehow like little bit different words of pronunciating and using different words according to area.
Oh, okay. So they're a little bit more similar.
Yeah.
When did you learn to speak all of these languages? So your native language is
Yes, ma'am.
Hindi, and then
Haryanvi, you can say from my family, all around my village, I have learned. So Hindi, I have learned from some people. Like when I do go in city or anything like that, so there they do speak Hindi, so I do speak them in Hindi. And Bihari is a like interesting fact. I have learned Bihari language. You know, in my area, here we are like farmers, like we do agriculture, a lot of. So here some people come from like another part of India, really a longer part. You can say really far away. So that area is called Bihari. So you know their language. I love every single language on earth. So if there is a chance, I never miss to interact with them in their own language. So I like to talk with them in their own language, and they feel with me so connectable. Like this person is in from like this area, but he speaks like us. He's like our brother. So I do feel great.
very cool. All right, and how did you, I know you shared this a little bit more, but can you share more about how did you learn to speak English?
How did I learn to speak English? I can say there is not a, I can say silver bullet I can answer you, like bullet I can say to you. But there are a lot of things, but some things I would like to tell you. From my childhood, you can say 6th standard, I got enamored with watching WWE.
WW the fighting.
Yes, ma'am, of course.
Oh, okay, very cool.
Yeah. So at that time, we are having a like small one TV. So like I can get like live as well, everything. But at that time, I was not getting subtitles. Yeah. But I do enjoy their energy, electrifying energy. They are like super cool, their style, their gimmick, I do cherish. So from that time, I can say I have little bit on some my mind, you can say subconsciously. It's become in my mind that became in my mind that thing. They speak awesome language and I will learn this language. I'm not aware at that time I will learn, but somehow it's in my one mind of corner this thing getting nurtured. And I used to continue watch WWE still now, and nowadays it's I can say icing on the cake, cherry on the cake is that YouTube is providing with subtitles. So nowadays I'm on that level. I don't watch mostly another content of English. I'm just sticking with it WWE, and day by day I'm getting colloquial and you can say native and slangs, all aspect mostly I'm covering with this, and you can say with fun, entertainment.
Perfect. That was perfect. You shared a lot. That is perfect. So how often would you say you use, I know you said you don't get to use English much throughout the day versus your native language or the other languages you speak. So how would you divide what percentage of the time you use one language versus another versus how much you use English?
You asked me another aspect of English, both are completely different, but I would love to answer. I had tried this thing on myself, experimented my native language versus English language. Even in my day-to-day life, there is a one time, when after when I started go to college at that time, like some years back, at that time I have make up my mind. When it comes to professor and student, I will not use my native language. I will use only English language. So that helped me a lot in initial time. I can say it is kind of hard, but somehow I coped with it. And uh, when if I do come on this question particularly to the point, I can say nowadays, if I do talk about virtually world, obviously English is used a lot. Even sometimes I do feel like that my mouth is paining because I do have to speak that much. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And if I do talk about my like day-to-day life, I can say this is normal thing. We speak in home. There is no any topic or anything like that. Just for like understanding each other. That's it. Apart from that, um, I don't do this type of thing. Only with English, I'm with topics.
Okay.
Yeah.
And is it okay if I just stop the PowerPoint? I could just ask you the question, and that way you could see me better, and I could see you better.
Yeah,
The video
it's
bigger.
it is cool. Obviously, amazing.
Oh, it is cool. Awesome. Perfect. All right. Let me see where we were. Um, okay. Okay. This might be a little bit difficult to answer because you don't use English that much, but would you say when you're speaking English, in the times that you do other people often have trouble understanding you, or no?
Uh, I got at this question on some extent, but please, I urge you to please repeat again.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Do other people often have trouble understanding you when speaking English?
I can say it happens with me when I do talk with beginners.
With beginners, yeah. So they are difficult to understand
Yeah, for them I can say I
too.
kinda
Mm-hmm.
difficult to understand because I always love to push myself like harder, and
Mm-hmm.
I do talk with those guys. I can say believe they are better than me, and I can push myself. Whatever I will use, they will get it.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
So you're a good helper. You can help them. I'm sure they're beginners starting out, huh?
Yeah.
They probably think
So
that. So that's good. That's a
you know,
compliment. They think that
yes,
they can
ma'am.
really understand you.
One more thing, ma'am. Mostly I do talk with from my WhatsApp groups only like few selected person, but sometime I do talk with the beginners as well. So cause they help me a lot. Like I can teach them about new vocabs I have learned. So in this way, this language
Mm-hmm.
can be rubbed off on me easily if I do interact with the beginners as well.
Yeah, perfect. And there's other shared challenges that come up or shared accomplishments. So that's a good way to go about it.
Mm-hmm. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, the next question is what do you want to change about your speech? And
What
I
do,
think your speech sounds awesome.
oh,
But is there anything that any personal goals or any areas where you want to improve in?
awesome, ma'am. This is an awesome question. I'm happy with my English. Like, really, I'm feeling jubilant with English, whatever I'm having
Mm-hmm.
right now. And I'm so grateful for those person who have helped me throughout, interact me. I bow down to all of them. Yeah, I am much obliged to every single person. I can't say every single person name, but if they are watching me, I'm saying them. Yeah, you have helped me a lot. So, what is your question? May you please remind again me?
Mm-hmm. The question is, what do you want to improve or change about your speech?
This thing I would like to change. If I do talk with any person, like any American, or they can feel me as like um, like I'm also from that one same area. Like I'm not different one. Cause some people do like discrimination. Like it happens with me a lot. I'm still having, ma'am. I'm not denying this thing. I'm having a little bit hard or thick accent. But when I started, like there are some websites they do make fun. We can use those websites in a right way, but those people always like hang up the call, no talk with me. Indian accent, go away. They said in that way. So I can say on the basis of accent and these type of things, I don't want to uh, uh, like to become the victim of like prejudice kind of thing.
That makes sense. You got it, and you got to ignore those people.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard to do, but
And
you're not gonna help, huh?
I can say how they are behaving me, it's kinda enemy for them, me like little bit, but more than that they are like friend me. They are my friend. They tell me I have to improve more, so I can improve myself, and they are pushing me indirectly.
That's right. Okay. They're like family or friends.
Family or friends, not that much, cause my like in my village, what happens? Some people do know about my English channel on YouTube, on Insta, and they always encourage me, brother. You are great, awesome. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, and some of their parents approach me as you would like to teach our kids. I said them I would love to. If you give me this opportunity, I would love to.
That's a compliment.
Truly, ma'am, it's a really great, awesome,
Yeah.
awesome one.
All right. We have about 10 more minutes, so we'll keep moving through the questions. We have just a couple more.
Okay.
So I know that you've done a lot of self-study
Ma'am,
when learning English.
ma'am, I do have one more thing for you. I'm not sure about it.
Uh-huh.
Is it possible for you or not? Like when I can see myself when I'm speaking, I'm able to concentrate on
Uh-huh.
myself much more. Like if you do know these questions already, so I can understand
Mm-hmm.
if you ask me directly without this, what do we say, like you put on screen. That is also, it can be more amazing if you like remove this thing.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Is that better? Where I take off the question then?
Yeah.
That way. That's good. That's something that
You know,
maybe would be a strategy that works for you. If you
in
see
this way,
yourself, you could
I can feel myself much more connectable with you.
more of a conversation, huh? It's much
More
better, especially since you're on
more engaging.
the phone. More engaging. That's a good word. Perfect.
Yeah,
Okay, so we'll keep moving. Forward. But yeah, thanks for letting me know. That's helpful, and that way I can keep tweaking things to make it better for you. Okay.
yeah, of course, ma'am.
So that's. I know that you said you've done a lot of self-study when learning English, but how have you worked on your speech or working on? Would you say your goal accent would be American accent or just working on English pronunciation? You said British helps too. The British is easy. British English is a little bit easier for you.
It is kind, I can
So-
say, mixed up question and amazing one.
Yeah. So what would you say, what has been helpful, what worked and what didn't work when you're learning and doing your self-English study? What worked, what
Sometime
didn't work?
it puts me, I can say, be in two minds, like this thing.
Mm-hmm.
But somehow, as I'm doing in this process and I'm doing progress, I'm getting my answer, like it's getting visible for me, like in which direction I have to go. I can say I have learned this thing from one of my tutor. Like nowadays, if we go on internet and another things as well, so most probably the accent you will hear, like American one, like all studios, everything, a lot of news is a like hegemony of American language. If we do now see, British has its own uniqueness, own taste. I'm not saying this thing also, but I can say I kinda like half British, half American. Like if there is something easy from British, I love to take from British. If there is easy from American, I would love to take from American. But somehow I'm saying I would be like near to, you can say, like little bit more American, cause it feels like me like a Californian accent particularly gives me like melodiousness feeling.
Okay, that's good to know. The California gives you. Can you repeat that one more time? Gives you. What was that?
Californian.
And is that a preference or not a preference? I didn't catch the end.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. I don't hear any birds today. They're not talking, huh?
Birds are here not that much, and even peacock is also not here today. I don't know what happened to them today. Maybe
They've been quiet for this part,
maybe
huh?
they get blushed just cause of you. You are here.
Oh. That's funny. Maybe.
Yeah.
Okay. The next question, we have about 5 more minutes, Susan. What words are difficult for you to pronounce, or that you have trouble pronouncing, that you can think of off the top of your head?
Ma'am, may you give me please 1 minute? I had to move myself from here to another part. There you go.
Oh, perfect. Is that better? You gotta move.
You can get a background scenery as well.
What was that?
A background.
Oh, I
Uh,
could see
can I
the
share
leaf.
one more thing with you? Can you see this tree?
Uh-huh.
This tree?
I can.
So can you jot down this word JA?
G-E.
No, J for jug. Jug one. J.
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 Oh, okay, perfect. J is
J A
J.
A
J.
A for apple.
Okay.
M for mango. U for umbrella. N for, I can say, nest. Jamun. JAMUN. Jamun.
N as in,
Yes.
did you say N?
N.
Jammin?
Jamun.
Jammin?
Jamun.
Like you're jamming to music? How would you use it in a sentence?
Ma'am, is it a Hindi word for fruit?
Oh.
Hindi fruit name.
Jammin. Oh. Did I say right? Jammin?
If you are in India, so you will say jamun. Jamun.
Jammin.
Yeah, perfect.
Jamon.
Jamun. So,
Oh. Cool.
I can't show you like fruits like jamun, cause in this season so less fruit came, and more than that, the best thing about eating jamun, it will help you to stay away from diabetes.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
Now I learned 2 new words.
Yeah.
Huh. All right, we have, let's see, I'll ask one more and then we're running out of time.
Okay.
How about, what would you say your learning style is? So would you say you're more of a visual learner or an auditory learner or a kinesthetic tactile, meaning you have to learn by doing, by manipulating, or by doing the job actually physically and touching and manipulating something.
Pardon me, please come again for this one question.
So what would you say is your learning style? How do you best learn new information?
How did I learn best information? I can
Do you
say
like to
it depends on like person, like what type of person. It doesn't matter to me whether it is virtual or is it like real life one, realistic. I can say what makes the most difference is that one person.
Yeah. So, and kind of what you said before, where whatever's more engaging. If it's engaging, then it's easier to learn, easier to attend, and have your attention.
Yeah. So just suppose
to learn something new.
if I go deep down inside of this one question, I would like to answer you. Just suppose I'm having a teacher, like English teacher. Just suppose I can ask you on the spot anything, and you are so good to go answer. You are so happy, like so bubbly to answer. But if I do talk about my one teacher, English teacher, she's, I can say, what do we say? Supercilious, narcissistic. Yeah.
Okay, that's not good. No. Yeah, that's not good.
And she said to me once upon a time, you are always trying to take my test, like take my test of English, whether I do know something or not. And you are a kind of chatterbox. You don't know how to behave with teachers. You don't have manners, etiquettes. And she said, you are doing harm on my integrity. You are doing question on my integrity of teaching.
That's terrible. I'm sure other students didn't like that teacher either then, huh?
Nobody likes them. She wants us to be, as like robot, like to put your finger on your mouth, and what I'm just uttering, just listen. Yeah.
Oh, I could hear that now. Maybe they're waking up now.
Might be, you can hear some kind of, yeah, absolutely, you are right. Here you can see, get birds easily voice because I'm near to around my orchard. Now, as you can might be see there is a one sparrow. Is it so tiny one?
Oh wow! I see it on the
A lot of squirrels are here.
line.
A lot of squirrels.
One little.
Squirrel.
Yeah. Perfect. Well, that is it for my questions. Do you have any questions on your end?
Okay, I do have one question for you. As I have seen some people and some of like native tutors as well, they get married with someone from another like country or anything like that. As if you do talk about, what do you think? What is the best learning, and what will be our life will be changed? Just suppose if you do marry with just suppose the heck of example, you will marry with any American one person. Obviously, you will marry. But if I do talk about another scenario, if you do marry with another country person from, I can say, Thailand, India, any country, Korea, any country. So what will be the difference in your life, and what you will learn and experience which you can't experience when you will like with the American one? So what do you say?
There's a lot I caught in that question. So would you say, could you tell me what part of the question should I answer first? I think there was a lot of different questions that you had asked, and I'm not sure which part to start with.
Questions are all different, but these questions are going to take you on a same path.
Are you talking? So
I
You can
mean,
let me know if I misinterpreted this.
okay, let me get straight.
Did you mean?
Let me get straight. I mean to say, what is the best thing to marry with a person from different ethnicity country? What is the best thing?
Ah, well, I think that you could, for some people it presents more challenges, but other people that they can integrate two cultures into one, and their child could grow up learning. One benefit could be their child could grow up learning, being bilingual and learning both languages from each parent from their native language, and integrate different cultural aspects to raise their children.
Mm-hmm.
They can kind of like cherry pick from whatever best resonates with their values together, and I think that could be something that's very unique to that situation.
Okay.
I think it's still a broad question because it's different for everyone.
Mm-hmm.
Where I am, it's very diverse. So there's,
Mm-hmm.
I would say a lot of people are married to someone who is of a different ethnicity.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's so diverse. But within this region I am in San Francisco Bay Area, but if you go to somewhere like Oklahoma or somewhere other states in the United States, they're very they are not very diverse at all. Everyone is one ethnicity. Mm-hmm. And is not very culturally competent, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
Does that answer your question?
You nailed it, ma'am.
Maybe not. They don't know because they haven't been exposed to it, so it's unfamiliar. Do you follow any of the American politics at all? How divided our country is?
I do follow. I do know some things. Left wing, right wing, donkey one, elephant one.
Yeah.
Trump one,
Yeah.
Biden one, Trumpster. I also know Trumpster.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah. So there's a lot of division within our country because there's, so many differing opinions, and people love to complain about all these different things and fight with one another about the different values and things that people have. So, but that's what I like about this area, is that it's very diverse, and there's a lot of different cultures, and there's a lot of different people that I can meet from different regions of different areas around the world, and they can teach me a lot about different things, or even in a work setting, or because I grew up in a small town, so almost everyone was white. How would you say it? So everyone was very similar, and you didn't get to see much diversity or experience much of it until I left and moved away.
Absolutely, ma'am. Because diversity teaches us to make us much more, gives us much more patience, and to understand life in I can say, analytical way. We can understand life much better if we do have something. Even some people, my father is not that much favor of me, with this English language. He's not that much favor. Even sometime what the hell you are talking all the time in English. My father only sees this is English, but I see not merely English. I see this as a, you can say, way of communicating on variety of aspects of life to understand life. And this one answer I gave to my father: I am not born for one corner. Whole world is my native land.
Is that a saying that you guys
Yeah.
that you learned from your father, or that you had learned?
There is a one teacher. There is a one teacher. His name is Ethan. His YouTube channel name is Real Life English.
Real Life English. I'll have to check it out.
He's
Very cool.
he wants to create a border. He wants to create a world beyond borders, and that person
Ah,
helped me a lot in order to see this world, not with the like countries or ethnicity. I can say global citizen. Like this one answer I also can give you. I have learned this language in this way because I consider myself as a global citizen.
very good. Yeah, great vocabulary, I would say. And you have lots of good questions. You ask lots of good questions.
Yeah, and mostly if I lay on the line to put my cards on the table, this person has a, I can say, humongous influence on my language because I have listened like continuously 2 years him, continuously.
Continuously. All right. So I have about 5 more minutes before my next meeting, but I could
Can I-
quickly go over, and we ended up chatting a little.
Can
bit
I
longer.
ask you one more question firstly? I'm not sure about is it a okay question or not. If I am not right, please forgive me. Don't answer it. You can leave it as it is.
Okay.
My question is that if you have to get married, would you like to get proposed or you would like to say to that one person?
Or what was the second part? Can you repeat the second part?
Yeah, I mean to say, if you want to get married, so for this thing, you would like to get proposed by another person, or you would like to let know that one person. What will be, what will be your preference?
I don't know. Did you? I just want to make sure I understand the end of the question. That the second part was that they would let me know.
Okay, mean to say,
Or
you you want to be get proposed by another person, or you would like to propose another person. Which one do you like to marry, or you like to like that person propose me? Which thing will be your preference?
I don't know. I'm not sure. I have to think more about that. I would say.
Okay, you will.
How about you?
How about
What
me?
about you?
I can say obviously I would love that thing. I would love to to get proposed. That is the best cool thing I can say. I love it.
That's very good. That's a very unique question. No one's ever asked that. I'll have to think about it. Well, really quickly, since I'll have about 3 more minutes. Do you want me to go over a couple of the?
Yes, ma'am, you can go. I understand that. As being a tutor, I had experience with a lot of tutors. So they have to do login fastly and another thing. So, but I can say when I'm with you, I can say somehow I can't resist my inquisitiveness. But today I try my best to keep a border on my inquisitiveness and yeah.
Well, you did an excellent job, and you asked a lot of great questions. You had a great vocabulary. You pronounced so many words perfectly in English, and there are just a couple of different improvements that I can recommend. And so I'll just go over them quickly, and then I can share more detail later on. So I have to go, but one of the something that I noticed is that you will, for TH, so we have a voiced and an unvoiced TH sound, that TH, sometimes you substitute the D for TH. So for example, you said or D or T, so you'll substitute either one of those.
You can write, now you can choose right one option, like screen one.
And that's a really, really simple one to fix, because it's just working on that articulation piece and doing it over and over, that repetition, until it becomes a motor program that you do that automatically without thinking. So sometimes, for example, you said teeth or teeth. So teeth, or you said, I wrote a few things.
Okay, please pronunciate this one word like a wrong way, which I did, and right way, your one.
Right, you mean right versus wrong?
Yeah, right versus wrong.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So then, or there, what was it? Dat for that. Can you hear the difference of D versus the TH? Dat for that.
Ma'am, I will understand this thing because it's so subtle. When you do will write, you will do right.
And that's okay, because that's a listening piece of being able to, there's such a subtle difference that it's hard to correct that unless we're really training your ear to recognize that very subtle difference in one letter, that one sound of that letter being substituted. So, and it's a really easy, that one is just an articulation and changing the placement of your tongue and your mouth movement. So, and luckily TH is the most frequent consonant in English.
Please,
so
more example.
being able to work
Please, more example.
more frequent.
Example.
More example?
Yes, ma'am.
Of it. So if you said, let's see, I have all my notes are scattered, but here we go. So you said, in the word other, so when we're doing the word, pronouncing the word and then putting it to a sentence, other, you said other for other. So
Other.
can you hear the difference?
I do pronounce it other.
Other. Perfect. That was perfect. And so sometimes, so you're stimulable, meaning that you can produce the sound correctly, but sometimes in that conversational level, we could lose the correct pronunciation because we're thinking about so many different parts of language that we have to incorporate.
Ma'am, may you please tell me, like fastly, what's the difference between another versus other? That is, I'm in confusion.
Another versus other?
Yes, ma'am.
So it's just the way that we would use it in like the grammatical piece of English. So if we say, I would like another piece of pie, versus other means, let me think of how I put it in sentence. Other means something different. So it's another one, but it would be, you're referring to a noun. So, are there other options instead of eating apple pie? Do you have other options instead of just that apple pie?
Ma'am, please answer me. Absolutely, nailed it. Completely right. But answer me honestly. It is kind of a little bit, bit tough. Like to like say directly, like fastly, like it is bit tough. We have to take time because it is a kind of little bit deep subject, little bit deep, not that much when it comes to explaining.
Absolutely, yes. So that's something. Those are there's a lot of words like that are, or even multiple meaning words where.
And what about, ma'am, jeeping meaning, jeeping something, which we have like seen before. Jeeper.
Zipper. Oh, zipper? What is it? A zipper?
Yeah, what does it mean, jeeper?
Oh, zipper is a noun. So it's when you put your jacket, on a jacket, you zip. It's, your zipper. Or you might have a zipper on your pants, a zipper on your purse.
I do know this thing. It is jip. I do know this thing, jip. But I don't know this one, like what is it, noun or verb, like jeeper. I don't know this thing, jeeper. I do know jip.
And so that's when I hear more of the jipper instead of zipper. So that you're substituting that j sound for the z. Those are very subtle differences too. And then one other thing I would really want to work on is rhythm. So the American English is very wavy, and so we can work on vowels that would also incorporate.
Ma'am, how will I? Some people, a lot of persons suggested me this thing particularly. You have to work on your rhythm, intonation, cause to give the best way to your language. Otherwise, you are speaking well, but you have to work on it more. If I can give you a piece of advice, this will be my advice. And this advice is given to me by, you can say, she has 742k k subscribers on YouTube, 7,42,000.
So that's what, even the way that you pause between the numbers.
Yeah, she said me like when you are
700.
yeah, like 7,42,000. She has subscribers.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
So how would you say when you guys say phone numbers? How do you space out the numbers when you say your phone number?
Okay.
How do you say it?
7027006073.
Okay, that's more. So some other languages, like for example, Mandarin or Mandarin or Cantonese speakers, they don't pause. So when somebody asks what's your number, and they will say 754-328-174, then it's hard to catch that. But when in America or in English, we'll space it out, giving the first three digits like 605-413-2811.
It is cool
So that
one.
would be like the
It's
rhythm
cool.
of it, how you would provide your phone number in American English. So those are just cultural differences.
I will do follow same thing. I'm American one.
Perfect.
I'm American
Well,
one.
we are out of time, but you did an awesome job, and I'll follow up with you tomorrow. I have one more meeting, so I have to get going, but you did an awesome job, and tomorrow I'll follow up and we could talk more about the next steps, okay? And what options would we have, okay?
Timing will be same, ma'am. Timing will
What was that?
Remain same.
Yeah. Well, I realized that when I woke up in the morning, then you're probably just going to bed, so I might catch you. Then, because I'll be up. I usually get up pretty early too, so that could work.
Like
Or just send me why don't you send me your thoughts?
12 hour.
What you would like.
12 hour 30 minutes difference in your time and me time. I'm ahead of you. I can say I'm ahead of you. You are back.
13 hours ahead.
Yeah.
That's right. So, well, why don't you just you could send me a message of your thoughts and maybe what your goal is for the next steps. You can take your time to think about it.
Okay.
And I'm hoping that I'll get I'm gonna put a post out soon about a conversation club. So if you'd like to join that, that would be great too. You can think about it, kind of what your
platform
goals are and what you want to do next.
On what platform, ma'am? Like which platform I will join?
I don't have it set up yet, but I'm working on kind of like what the group will look like, and I'm gonna put out a flyer and a post about it, so you can. It's coming soon.
I would love to be
determined.
I would love to be a volunteer. If it is possible.
Absolutely. So to be determined, but I'll let you know the details when I get them all figured out. But in the meantime, you can think about kind of like what you want your next steps to be, and if you'd like to go through with, more specific one-on-one training, because we could really target these goals that we, that we went through today.
Now you can hear. Now you can hear.
Yeah, now you can hear it.
Yeah, you want this thing, now you can.
They're probably just waking up now, huh?
They are like around.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, they just wake up at something 7 to 8 something near about me.
Well, thank you so much, and you did an awesome job, and you can follow up in a message of kind of the next steps that you're thinking of what you'd like to do next, okay?
Please accept my sincerest gratitude. I'm truly obliged.
Well, you did an awesome job, and thank you for spending the last hour with me.
Yeah, I would love to always to learn something new. Yeah.
You taught me 2 new words too. Well, have a great day today, okay? And I'll catch you either tomorrow, your or later tonight, your later tonight, or by tomorrow, okay?
Can you give me a
Alright.
new word if possible, ma'am? If new word, any new word.
Oh, a new word that, I don't know which one. Let's see.
Can be
You want me to
anyone.
tell you a new word?
Any word which you can say can be hard for me, which I don't know.
How about congratulations?
Felicitation.
Did
Felicitation.
you hear?
I know this one word. Congratulations
Oh,
means
facilitating. Facilitating?
facilitating.
That's a good one. Perfect. All right. Well, I have to jump on another meeting, but great job, and I will talk to you later. Okay.
Thanks, ma'am. Tomorrow we will
Have a
meet.
great day, Kanal.
Tomorrow we will meet, ma'am.
Okay. Send me a message.
And
Bye.
I forget your name, like hard one for me to pronunciate.
Jamie. Jamie.
It's so pleasure to meet you again, Jamie, ma'am.
You too. Great job. Bye, Kanal.
Thanks, ma'am, a lot. Have a lovely day
Recording
ahead.
stopped.